Yo, what is going on, guys? SuperEnderGuy here. Today I'm bringing you a Fallout 4 video. Well, actually my first Fallout 4 video. And today I'm going to show you some creepy places in Fallout 4. These can be places just scattered around the map. They might not even be on the map. Or just really unsettling places in general. And if you guys enjoy, please leave a like. Possibly subscribe if you're feeling so good today. And I will see you guys later. Alright, so the first place that we're going to go to is actually called, it's called Fiddlers Green Estates. Alright, so Fiddlers Green Estates really isn't much of a creepy place. It's just an abandoned trailer park. It just looks like any other place you'd find in Fallout 4. But it's not really the place that's creepy. I mean, you will find some ghouls roaming around that you'll have to kill, but the place really isn't that creepy. It's what you find in the place that's creepy. You see, around the area you'll find scattered holotapes, a few holotapes actually, called the New Squirrel. Once you find these holotapes, you're in for a surprise. Now, I'm not going to really explain what's on these holotapes, and I'll just let you guys really listen. Oh yeah, also, there's some power armor and some ammo here if you're exploring the area. I'll just let you guys listen to what's really on the holotapes.
Hello, my name is Storytime Simon, and I hope you like stories, because I love to tell stories. This one is called The New Squirrel. Come with me on this magical adventure. There once was a young squirrel named Ricky who lived in a big oak tree in a city park. Ricky was a brown squirrel and lived in the oak tree with all his brown squirrel friends and family. Every day, Ricky would look out from the top of his tree and wonder what kind of squirrels lived in other trees. The older squirrels warned Ricky that the squirrels in other trees were thieves and liars. They were never to be trusted. Ricky had a rebellious heart and would not form his opinions based on anecdotal evidence. End of holotape. Please insert holotape 2. Storytime Simon here. Welcome back. And here it is, part 2 of The New Squirrel. One night, a red squirrel appeared at the bottom of Ricky's oak tree and woke Ricky and his family. "Oh, please help me," said the red squirrel. "I am lost and have nowhere to go." The elders were quick to turn the red squirrel away, but Ricky scurried down the trunk of his tree and stood firm next to the red squirrel. He yelled up at the elder squirrels, "How could you turn him away? Just because he's from another tree? He needs our help." Affected by Ricky's assuredness and determination, the elders agreed to take in the red squirrel. The red squirrel thanked Ricky for standing up for him. "You won't regret this," he said. End of holotape. Please insert holotape 3.
Okay, so tape 2, still pretty normal, there's nothing really creepy about it. But tape 3 is really where it gets, I guess, unsettling.
Storytime Simon here with the exciting conclusion to The New Squirrel. "Tomorrow we can get to know each other and become best friends," said Ricky to the red squirrel. The red squirrel made a sound that Ricky took for agreement, and the two squirrels curled up to sleep. Later that night, Ricky woke up to the sound of leaves rustling in the oak tree. He looked around. The red squirrel was gone. Ricky surveyed the landscape below and saw a pack of glowing eyes approaching the base of his tree. Cats! Ricky heard a voice from a nearby tree. It was the red squirrel. "I'm sorry," he said. "They were following me and I couldn't bring them to my tree. They would have eaten my family." As the cats ascended the tree and began to devour Ricky's friends and family, Ricky reflected on his decisions. His last words were, "I really wish I would have trusted my elders." The end.
Okay, so that was The New Squirrel. there's really no other holotapes of Storytime Simon. That was the only one. And there's nothing else about this. It's just these 3 holotapes. There's no other holotapes. There's no and really anything about Storytime Simon. It's just these really creepy this really creepy story. There's no other stories like this in the game, as far as I know. No one's really found anything else. But anyway, guys, this was Fiddler's Green Estates. Alright, guys, the second area is the Shaw High School. So basically, the story of Shaw High School is that the Principal Tanner, had money problems, I guess you could say. The school was really low on its budget, and it was making a lot of budget cuts, and it really just needed money. So Principal Tanner's idea to make money was to prove to the superintendent that they could, I guess, increase the kids' scores on tests. One of the kids' names was Rusty. Rusty was kind of a special kid. He was in the group of kids that kind of, you know what I'm talking about. They misbehave, they don't learn anything, and all they do is talk during class. Basically, once you enter Shaw High School, if you explore around for the bit, you can find Rusty's terminal. So basically, after reading Rusty's terminal, you find that the Principal Tanner is really not very liked by Rusty. Rusty hates Principal Tanner and everything Principal Tanner stands for. But you see, Rusty made an agreement with Principal Tanner. Principal Tanner's idea to make more money for the school was to give kids mentats. And if you've played Fallout 4, then you know that mentats increase your intelligence. So basically, the kids take the mentats increase their intelligence, the kids get better score on tests, the school makes more money. That was Principal Tanner's plan. Rusty's job was to distribute the mentats to all the kids. Rusty did that, and then Principal Tanner had to kind of, I guess, wipe Rusty's slate, I guess. Give him a clean slate. Give him A's for the rest of the year and stuff like that. But eventually, as time went on, Rusty grew more intelligent from these mentats. If you read the terminals, you can see how his manner changed. If you explore for a little bit longer, you'll find if you go into the library, you'll find a holotape. I don't know if I have it with me right now, but the holotape pretty much explains that Rusty confronted Principal Tanner because the school did get more money. The school did get a higher budget from the increased scores on the test, but Principal Tanner was not using it for the school. He was taking it for himself. Once Rusty learned of this, he confronted Principal Tanner. And if you go into one of the... Let me find one. Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. If you go into one of the faculty terminals, you will learn of all the memos that Principal Tanner has sent over the time. So most of these are pretty normal. It just says we're kind of taking budget cuts, and he doesn't tell the other staff that he's trying this mentat program to increase the kids' intelligence. It's kind of on the down low. But once Rusty confronts Principal Tanner, he actually does something pretty hilarious. He says, and this is from Principal Tanner, so it looks like Principal Tanner sent this, but Rusty says, "Hello, all teachers and staff are hereby given the rest of the week off, and should let their students go as well. When you receive this, please cancel all your plans, excuse your class, and leave in a quiet, orderly manner. I will be very busy in my office, adjusting my hairpiece, so under no circumstances am I to be notified or bothered. In addition, all students in Mr. Wellborn's history class will be graded on a scale of A to A- instead of the usual A to F. This change is in accordance to recent studies from the district office, and all of you know how much I love the district office. I'm an idiot, Principal Butttoots. P.S. Rusty Burton for Homecoming King. I thought that was pretty hilarious, honestly, after I read that. I laughed out loud the first time. But then, this is the next memo. This is from Principal Tanner. Hello, it goes without saying that I am extremely disappointed in the gullibility of the faculty during this week's events. I find it hard to believe that almost all of you did not realize that the memo was an obvious forgery. Those of you off for at least a week will unfortunately be docked pay for the days you missed. Perhaps this will remind you to be available by phone in off hours. Also, please take a moment to change your password on your terminals, as I have been told that the default one has made the rounds amongst the students. In addition, locks are being added to most doors to increase safety measure. Finally, Mr. Wellborn, Rusty Burton will be absent from your class for the next few weeks. Please have his homework available for him to pick up at the end of each day. This memo was sent after Rusty confronted Principal Tanner. Now, it doesn't actually say anything about this, but I believe that Rusty was killed by Principal Tanner. After Rusty confronted him, Principal Tanner killed him, I guess. I think the strongest piece of evidence to support this is found in Principal Tanner's office. And once you enter his office, you'll find a faculty terminal with the same stuff on the memos and stuff that I've already showed you. But basically, then you can enter Principal Tanner's office. I don't think it has anything different than the memos. Oh yes, it does. Basically, it just, Principal Tanner's just, it just says that he has money problems and memos and stuff like that. But anyway, back to the whole Rusty dying thing. I think the strongest piece of evidence to show that Rusty was killed by Principal Tanner is a knife that was found in Principal Tanner's office. Plus, Rusty went missing, there's a knife, Rusty confronted Principal Tanner, I don't know, everything just shows that Rusty was killed by him. So yeah, this was Shaw High School. Okay guys, the very last spot for this episode is actually not even on the map at all. You will actually find this spot by finding one of these radio towers scattered throughout the wasteland. Activate the radio tower and you will receive a set of signals. I think it's one of them is the Boston City Works signal and another one is a distress signal. The distress signal is, once you try and listen to it as best as you can, it'll get louder and louder as you approach the signal, but you should try and approach these rail cars on the side here.
If anyone can hear this, my son and I are trapped and need help. We were being chased by something, but we're able to escape into this train car. It knows we're in here though. Thomas is hurt and needs... Oh no! It got the door open! Run, Thomas! Get out!
So it sounds like this woman and a boy named Thomas is in trouble. Enter this train car and you will find something kind of sad, honestly.
If anyone can hear this, my son and I are trapped and need help. We were being chased by...
You'll find the source of the signal in a dead body of a woman who looks like she's been dead for a very, very long time.
We're in here though.
The boy Thomas, who she speaks of though, is nowhere to be found.
Got the door open! Run, Thomas! Get out!
You'll find some other things in this train car, but nothing really of value.
If anyone can hear this, my son and I are trapped and need help. If anyone can hear this, my son and I are trapped and need help.
I don't really know what was chasing them into the rail car, but it couldn't have been a Deathclaw or anything like that, because the hatch is really too small for a Deathclaw to fit in there. I have really no idea. It had to be some kind of ghoul or something, but I have no idea where Thomas is, but the woman is definitely dead. Alright guys, this is the last spot of part 1 of Creepy Places in Fallout 4. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, possibly subscribe if you're feeling so good today, and I will see you guys for part 2. Hopefully I can release it before the end of the year. I doubt it though.